It don't matter
What's the spot?
if my bad, melanated, my bad. It don't matter if I got one eyebrow or no eyebrows. I'm still Troy. I'm still hot mocha brown. It ain't gonna matter. Homecoming is homecoming.
This man
Um.
call himself Hot Mocha Brown. I'm done.
Oh yeah, no, that's my imaginary stripper name.
Hey,
Oh
yo.
God,
What the fuck?
bro.
What did he just say?
Put that goddamn disclaimer up.
What did he just say?
He said that's his imaginary stripper name. The fuck?
First
Come
of
on,
all,
Danny, if you're listening to this, where the hell are you? We need your PR skills in here right now. This man
they
is
don't.
in control right now.
He
Danny,
he's
where you at?
he's strip at a coin laundry and he throwing quarters at his man.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Gathering of Old Men podcast. It is myself. The squad is behind the scenes, but we definitely got to take care of a couple things. Little baby, that I only play that because it tickles me. I don't really want to give Marlo credit, but it tickles me, so that's why I play it. We got a couple things to address before she said, shout out to the corn laundry. This is not, it be your own people. It be your own people. Couple things I need to address. Well, really one thing I need to address. So we had media day, full transparency. We were in the same area with Timona. Me and Timona do not necessarily get along. We don't follow each other. I don't know exactly what the beef is. Probably some back and forth about FAMU. That's fine. But she is a professional. And she has bust her ass to build her platform. I think the last number I saw, she had like over 5 million views or whatever. And it's a lot of commentary around her that don't have to do with the work. It's okay to criticize somebody about the work. You can criticize me about the work and how I work, and I'll address it or not address it. Just, depends on what it is. But it's some people out there that got a lot to say about Timon. And it ain't got shit to do with the work. Like, people have personal beefs. That's cool, y'all. Whatever. I'm transparent. Like, just don't say no bad shit about FAMU. I don't say no sideways shit about Jackson. I don't say nothing disrespectful about Jackson. But when it comes to the work, she busts her ass. Every Sunday, she doing her show. Whether she have her son on there or Mr. Ford, she busting her ass. She do the work. What your little ass doing on Facebook complaining about what she looked like? What you mad for? What's going on, PV versus everybody? What you mad for? It was a whole group of us that she didn't address. And if I was in her situation, based on every time it's a fucking event, y'all got some slick shit to say about her. It's always some personal shit. What she doing in her personal life? Who she doing it with? Nigga, you mad it ain't you. Sitting on your Facebook account. T. Y'all got all kind of shit to say about women and what they wear. Ain't nobody said shit about the motherfucking hoochie daddy shorts that I wore to the games. And you ain't gonna say shit to me. So if you ain't gonna say shit to me, why you saying all this shit on the internet? And I'm like Nick Eaton. I'm good everywhere. I go everywhere and talk to everybody. If you have an issue with me, you can talk to me. I've had people have all kind of issues with me and have a different demeanor when they meet. So that's, exactly. What they're really saying is I can't get nobody on my show. And I don't even think this person have a show. They might not even have a show. They might not even have access. But one thing about this HBCU sports community, media community, we bring y'all the good news for the free. Some of us, monetize, making little dollars here and there. We ain't making millions of dollars. This ain't funding our lifestyle. And I promise you, if the shit keep going on, it's some stories to tell, but they ain't my stories to tell. And I be sitting back and I be quiet because this motherfuckers out here in these HBCU media spaces saying they gonna do X, Y, and Z. They gonna support. They gonna do all this other shit. But they trying to get some ass. Remember, that's where the shit started. That's where all this shit started. And it didn't just start this week. This go all the way back to fucking Celebration Bowl, 2 years ago? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. She ain't my friend. This ain't about Jackson. This ain't about FAMU. This is about right. You can have issues. You can critique her podcast, her platform, how she disseminates news. That's open to critique. No, it ain't open to critique. What the fuck she doing in her personal life? What she does with her body? That ain't your fucking business. But again, who am I? I'm just Troy. If you have a problem with what I say, we can talk about it. I don't have no problem talking to nobody. I talk to anybody. I talk to HBCU Premier Sports. And y'all know how I feel about him. I even invited him on the show. He chuckled. But I invited him on the show. Blame Danny. I would have been invited him on the show if I knew what he looked like. And again, like Jamal said, women like thigh meat. And I'm going to keep showing my thigh meat because that blonde-haired lady buy my outfits. I think she really buy my outfits because she don't want me to walk out there with no 4-inch seam. But I don't know. I'm going to bring everybody up. I'm going to bring everybody up, man.
I ain't never had a complaint in my hoochie shorts. That's all I'm gonna say. I got a draw full. I got every color. I got t-shirts and Jordans and Air Force Ones to match. I
Hey
can
man,
also, hey, I can also leg press 250 and I can squat 370. So I'm different. Women like thigh meat, and I'm gonna keep showing thigh meat. That's all I'm saying.
ain't nothing wrong with a little male thigh meat right there. Shoot, that's
Exactly. And if you a man complaining about cleavage, I'm looking at you funny.
I gotta look at you funny. I said it yesterday, man. Like you lost all dignity and respect from me, bro. It's like Troy said. Simona and I, we what I'm saying, we go back. What I'm saying, things happen, but at the end of the day, I respect the work that she put in because she been busting her ass, and especially as a woman doing sports and talking football, really. And I know, Danny, you get a lot of flack too because of the fact that you're a woman and you're in sports. You're a whole SID. You're a whole. You work for a conference, but you talk sports. You've been in
Hey,
sports ever since you were little.
what PV said, PV just, hey, I like PV comment, Troy, because that's absolute truth.
It is.
Me and Troy and Marlo have said it. When I was at FAMU, I think it was like either 9-1 or 10-1. Listen at what I'm telling you. When I was at FAMU in 2009, the ratio was 9-1. There were 10,000 students at FAMU when I was there, and the ratio was 9-1. So all of your student trainers were mostly women. Most of the students that worked in athletics were women. So if you can't deal with women being in sports, that's a you problem. That is not an everybody else problem. That's a you problem.
So this, and I'm gonna take it back because this is what I studied in grad school, sports sociology. And one of the things that I found intriguing but equally pissed me off to no end was the treatment of and depiction of women in sports, be it as a player, an administrator, a coach, or whatever. And there are these expectations that are placed on women that say, if you're a coach or a player, you're likely lesbian. And if you're not, then you're only in sports to get a man. And so there's this constant fight to um, prove ourselves and prove that we are not in this space for sexual reasons, for advances, for anything like that. Like we're not in this space because we're trying to get married. I've had to fight that. And on the flip side is I've experienced recently what Troy has talked about. I was on a show and a man on the show decided he wanted to say, I'm only on here for attention. Now, anybody that knows me knows I'm here to talk sports. I'm here to offer a perspective based on my expertise and my education to talk about a woman. And here's the thing that's crazy about this space. The moment someone does not agree with a woman in media, all of a sudden we're stupid, we're ugly, we're fat, we got this is wrong, that's wrong, our makeup is this. It's always about our looks and our appearance. You see that with Doris Burke, you've seen that with Holly Rowe, you've seen that with Monica McNutt. All these women who have all this great expertise, and the moment someone disagrees with something that's said, all of a sudden, stupid, ignorant, and all this other stuff. But all these badass men who don't know nothing about sports, but sitting on their couch with a beer and whatever, all of a sudden know so much more than women that's been in sports all of our lives. And I'm just trying to understand. That's like people saying that scientifically something is wrong, but you ain't ever studied science a day in your life, and you're not a doctor. So we have to get out of this mean girl BS and see
No,
a whole bunch of.
that mean boy.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
About to say it's
seeing a
it's
whole bunch of grown
no,
men
I
with
get what she's saying, Troy.
this
Me
mean
girl,
girl spirit.
mostly men. Right?
Like, that's what it reminds me of. You know what I'm saying? Like the mean girl attitude. I don't like you, or you're doing something that I wish I could do. And so the only attack that I have is to attack you and your appearance, or you and your personal life. But like Troy said, that's none of your business. This woman is out here doing the work. Don't let your jealousy and your envy and your nasty attitude get your ass kicked.
Facts, because a lot of women got a nigga that'll go to
Matter
jail behind them. So chill out.
what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about. And for the people, because like I said, I've experienced this. The people who have used different avenues to try to be supportive, and all you want to do is try to force this woman into a relationship. So now you can talk about her from a perspective of, oh, well, I did this for her. And she wouldn't be nothing without me. You're right. She wouldn't be nothing without you. She would be much better without you. And so when you approach a woman with the wrong motives, don't get mad at her when she sees you for what you are. Suno was supposed to get $150,000 investment from someone. Juiced Right was supposed to get about a $500 investment from this someone. The HBCU athletic conference was supposed to be talking to this same person about how they can get their company to be a tiered sponsor, increasing their investment in the conference each year. And you know what the cost would have been for that? Me. The cost was me. The cost was my integrity. The cost was me allowing this man to talk to me in a way that was manipulative, that was vulgar and disgusting, and using my roles and needs to try to get in my, like, I'm not for sale. Uno ain't for sale. The HBCU athletic conference is not for sale. And when I cut it off and I said, do not speak to me in this way, and I don't appreciate you positioning yourself as a reporter only to be a manipulative. Anyway, y'all get my point. All of a sudden, the support was gone. No responses to emails and phone calls and text messages. But somehow women are the problem. And somehow, because a man can't get what he wants, all of a sudden that woman is all the worst things in the world. And we ugly, and we, we nothing. We can't do nothing without you. Bruh, if you don't sit your $5 behind down, because the fact of the matter is, if you had it like that, the people that you say you're closest to would not be struggling. But you supporting, or say you're supporting everybody else in the HBCU space, except for the people that you know are busting their tail. Make it make sense.
Again, if y'all want something to talk about, because y'all just need something to talk about, I give you something to talk about. Bitch, I did a DNA test in the parking lot of Bob Evans. Converse amongst yourself. Now that we got that out of the way, all cleaned up, let's talk about some good news. Media Day happened this weekend, and Marlo.
And the boys from FAMU was dead clean.
Yes, sir.
Fang exchange. I said it. They ain't gonna do nothing.
Them boys from FAMU was dead clean. You hear me? They make green look real good.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, to Shay and Ashley did their thing.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, when you talk about collectives, our collectives are different. Our collectives ain't we just gonna collect some money and get some players and throw. No, hey, I want to make sure you look right. I want to make sure you feel right. That's what Fang Exchange does. I don't know about other ones. I'm sure KC 1500. I'm sure they probably do something similar. PV is probably 1400. 1400 again. But this is what we talking about. This is what we talking about. So when I say your ticket price ain't enough, look at what these dudes, look what they look like. Look what they look like. Look, they representing the university, and we ain't even got to the interviews yet. But they represent.
Go ahead and sign up for all y'all prospective collectives. If y'all want y'all representatives to be that clean at Media Day, that costs money. Tailoring costs money. Shoes cost money. Haircuts cost money. Go ahead and see your collective a couple dollars every week.
Hey, I can't even hate. Them boys from FAMU was looking good in the green with the orange tie and everything. My boys from Jackson,
to it, EA. I'm gonna get to it. That's a little later, but I'm gonna get to it.
My
What's
my
going
my boy my boy from Jackson had that blue with that baby blue that baby boom blue tie. Yeah, we was good, and then TC just offset it with his colorway. Man, fuck,
Is
look,
is Crook in the comments yet? Cause I got questions.
Oh no. We gonna wait.
nah,
I
hey,
no listen.
hey,
I was gonna say,
Mississippi, hey, hold on, before y'all get into it, Mississippi Valley came in clean than a mother.
I think
Green shirt, green blazer, green pants, black shirt, red tie.
I
You
think
want to
that
know what?
for the
How
most
the
part,
fuck we got one goddamn stoplight out? It ain't but 8 stoplights in this whole town, and one of them broke.
damn, damn. For the most part, all the young men represented themselves well. I think uh, the more they do media day, it had like last year you saw a bunch of the I didn't I'm not even gonna say outfits. They just had on clothes like for the most part. They 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 look good. Most of these young men represented themselves very, very, very well, and the university.
I wanna give Marlo his props. He did his thing this weekend. Um, uh, Zach, you right. Zach Bradley did come dressed nice. Oh, that's what we're doing, Zach.
First of all, Zach, that motherfucker in the glasses is at a school that didn't even know fake football existed 5 years ago. So
How long did
we gonna leave that at that. You can't. We are not the same people that we were in 2025 nor 2024. This is
Absolutely not.
2026.
He better
The
be
code,
glad. I
the
didn't see that coming.
cozy era has ended. We are now in the gray era, and he looked really nice in his gray suit. So that is what we gonna talk about. Now, when we break the motherfucking scoreboard on Valley, I don't want nobody to say a fucking word.
That being said, listen. Y'all know how I feel about quarterbacks. They put together. They is well put together.
No,
Shit.
and again, everything
I didn't
that I
realize I
ever
was
say
muted.
ain't never about the students. I'm talking about their school. The students can't help that. They can't help where they was recruited, and that was their offer. That is what it is. But the Valley players, they absolutely did look nice. Like that 3-piece green was really nice.
But so one of the refreshing things about this media day, and maybe I just noticed it more this media day, the young men seemed and felt prepared for the moment.
Shout
When you
out
talk,
to the programs for um, putting that as part of their development
But
because you
also,
can
Marlo,
tell the difference.
I think they did a better job of picking. Like it's kind of like how when I looked at who we sent the media day last year, and I felt like Nyron should have been at media day. I think the interviews would have looked completely different if we would have had Nyron at media day. Like it depends on who you pick to represent the school, and you send the media day.
I want to put EA comment up so bad, but this ain't that moment.
Did he just say he is getting his finger waves at the salon?
Yeah.
That is
Nigga!
crazy.
Oh man, hey, listen, Quirk
Damn.
is a friend of the show. It is friendly banter. Um,
Absolutely. I'm still gonna talk about why his coach had on black Air Force Ones like there was a goddamn
we gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Hold on.
fitness meeting.
Since we're
We gonna
talking,
get there later. We gonna get there later. That's later.
oh my God.
We about the kids right now. So one of the things that impressed me, so Marlo was doing the interviews, and I was filming the interviews with my camera also to just get two different perspectives, right? And early on in the interview process, one interview caught me because there's a lot surrounding his tenure in college football. And there has been, even on this show, we've made a lot of noise about how long he's been in school. But I think not only did he address it, he addressed it well. Let me play this clip.
Tribulation. The other thing, what are you looking forward to most in this upcoming season?
I'm looking forward to an opportunity to play a full season. I haven't played a full season of football since 2020. Don't do the math on that, but it's been a minute. And in 2020, I was able to really understand my potential, how good that I could be, and I've just been chasing that high every single year. But I've fallen in love with the process. Whenever I was younger, I was result driven. So I would do whatever it takes to get the right results. But sometimes whenever you do that, you look up and get the right results, and it can fool you into thinking what you're doing is right. So, each and every day I've just focused on getting better. Whenever you have injuries, you got to go to treatment, and you got a certain recovery period. You're not going to feel your best until, maybe a year after an injury. So, working without seeing results is something that I've gotten good at. And it's really helped propel me into being the person that I am today and the athlete that I am today. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity to give my team what they deserve and play a full season of football.
Man, let me tell you something. For us here and everybody else that had something to say, when he said, I'm chasing that high from 2020, some of y'all still chasing the chick that turned you down in 2018. Shut up.
The young
2018 was a good year. Is that hey TV? That's a bar.
The young man is like, that was just a snippet of the interview. The young man he has his head on right. Like, he understands his trials and tribulations that he's gone through, and like he seems excited about playing football and like it being with his teammates. That I think is what media day really lends to the people that come out to interview these young men. You can see the drive. You can see like him. Body was another one. Like, that kid is ready to play football. Like, minus all the injuries and setback stuff that he had to go through, that kid is ready to play football. Isaiah knows. The kid is confident as hell. He ready. Like, it was good to be there and to sit and chop it up with them young men.
I am. So I tell people this all the time. Like, I have friends that will take my idiotic idea and make it life. And the people on this platform, Marlo for a little bit longer than everybody else, but the people on this platform allow us to be in place. Daddy made sure we was prepared. We had notes to be ready for. I met people, athletic directors, SIDs. I didn't get a chance to interview AD Robinson and a couple others, but we had some talks. I got to chop it up with people. Got to hear some things. Miss Johnson from FAMU, deputy athletic director. Got to talk to her. Good people. Made sure that we got Quinn on the show. Got that interview. Good people. So that was like the high of the media day. And man, we also had, I don't want to call it a low, but we had a moment where I was looking around for people that should have been there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the ONG after media day little show, and I spoke very bluntly about the absence of the athletic director. And you can go and catch that. I'm not going to rehash that, but you can go and catch that on the ONG Strike Zone from yesterday. It's not, they had a long podcast, but later on that evening, you can go and catch that comment. And I meant what I said.
I ain't say my 2 cents. I saved it though.
Hey, we were right there front and center, me and Marlo. Look, we said, Marlo, we said what we said. We was like, that makes no sense. Makes no sense. You are the
No,
representative of the school.
so you didn't go to media day, and that's part of your job. You were not at the softball championship when the softball team gave you your first championship as AD. That's part of your job. You were not. I also don't think you were at the press conference for the OBC either. That is part of your job. So you have missed three key points that are part of your job as AD. We have not even got to the point how you let $650,000 walk out the door with a nothing. So what the fuck are you doing, sir? Because you are
Hey,
not doing your motherfucking job.
hey, at least your last two ADs was front and
Listen,
center and present
I
at
have
any event.
I have had my gripes about AD sites, but that shit with UGA would not have went down on her on her
Oh
watch.
no, shit,
Not listen,
that's free. That's free
even if
money.
she would have only got 150K, UGA was gonna pay something because they canceled the game. We did not
I
cancel the
know you
game.
fucking
That's
They
understand.
canceled the game.
that's free
That that
money.
that that can't be right. That bet not be right. If
And
y'all know,
what she wasn't gonna do, she was not gonna miss media day. She was if I remember after the very first Florida Classic, the softball not softball, the volleyball team was playing in the SWAC championship. Guess who was at the SWAC championship
She
game
was.
that Sunday? Like we had not just played the game Saturday night.
She was.
Same thing with Suggs. We played in the classic. Suggs was at the SWAT volleyball championship the very next day because that is your motherfucking job at a basement level. That is your job.
it it does a disservice to the young men that showed up and showed out at media day not to have one of the pillars of the athletic department there.
And not even a pillar. You are the goddamn pillar. You are the weight bearing load for the athletic department. Fuck pillar. Fuck pillar. And Marlo and people that understand construction know what I'm saying. You are the weight bearing beam for the athletic department.
And I can understand if the SID ain't there because the SID had something that he could not prevent.
The SID is out on personal issues that we completely understand those
We,
personal issues on this
right.
show.
And so he can't make it, but guess who's supposed to be there? That the AD. And if you the AD that cannot be there, you send another representative. You send your associate athletic director right there too. But if you are able body, if you are able body and mind and sound and everything like that, your ass should have been in Birmingham with these young men, with your head coach, with everybody that's in tow, with the collectives, with Marlo and Troy.
I think the biggest problem with him not being there was this was his first one. Like this is your first media day as the representative of the athletic department of FAMU. And I get sometimes scheduling won't
No,
allow, but
Marlo.
this is
No,
your
Marlo.
first.
I think letting him off with a scheduling issue is easy because there is no scheduling issue. There was not a BOT meeting. And even if it was a BOT meeting and they said, "Hey, y'all, athletic director is at media day," they will understand. And there is nothing going on this week that to prevent him from being there unless he had a death in the family that we do not know about.
Yeah.
There are no
That
excuses. There is no
brings,
reason.
that brings up a couple other things. But Jay White, me and Marlo drove from Orlando, Florida.
We could have picked him up.
Right.
Yeah, we had room in the truck.
Yeah, had plenty of room in the truck. Get your ass up in here.
Man, get your duffel bag and come the fuck on.
What's going on, Dr.
We gonna drop your ass off at the Sheraton Birmingham Hotel. We gonna go to this Airbnb. Your ass better be downstairs on the first floor at 8 o'clock in the motherfucking morning.
I would have bought him
speaking.
buckets. I would have bought him buckets. We would have had a
Man,
grand old time.
Troy bought me buckets. I'm on the phone with Daddy. Was it last night? Not last night, but the night before. And I'm waiting on for Troy to get in. And I was like, I'm hungry. So I was thinking about going, I just DoorDash or something to get something to eat. And she said, didn't they say you gonna bring you buckets? Oh, my bad, I forgot.
And I know people are on the strike tour, but he is also on the strike tour not answering motherfucking questions. So he ain't doing the fuck thing. And my bad, Troy. He might not want to come on this show no goddamn more. But I'm absolutely like BZ Newt when it comes to 1887. I will fire my goddamn mom.
Listen,
and she and I'm gonna let y'all in on a little clue. She love that goddamn school on the House of Seven Hills just as much as I do.
Yeah, what it tells me is, so I listen. Nothing that I've said about AD Davis has been personal. It is all about a Florida State Seminole being in Rattler land and how I have to navigate those waters based on that performance, right? I got Shoop. Shoop is the gold standard, right? It's a few others, but Shoop is the gold standard, right? I keep saying you don't have to come in and be great off the bat. Be really good, and you'll be a legend. You'll be great. They'll build a statue for you. But what happens is we seem to forget the institutional racism that has existed when it comes to FAMU and Florida State, that the old seasoned Rattlers understand. So when you come in and you don't show up to work, it looks entitled. Even if it's not, it looks entitled. When you show up day one and you give away, even if it wasn't your idea, but you are the head of the department, so it falls in your lap, you give away $630,000, that falls on the Seminole that is at FAMU.
The more so important point about that is you are introducing yourself to the rest of the SWAC at that media day.
Yeah.
Like, there are outlets that could bring more eyes and more money into your university through donations and things alike. By you just having a conversation with them.
The media day is networking, and you miss the biggest networking event of the year. Well, the first major networking event of the year.
But I think that media day, and this is one thing that I wish more people understood. Media day is not just an opportunity for it's not a photo op, right? Media day is one of the greatest opportunities for you to tell your story. And one of the things that HBCUs continuously miss the mark on, and it is one thing I'm hell bent on. You can ask in the HBCU Athletic Conference, you can ask AD Matthews from SUNO, and they will tell you my thing in my position as the director of communications is communicating our story. And if we get away from that, then we're missing the mark, and we're missing opportunities for networking. We're missing opportunities for funding. We're missing opportunities for greater support. We're missing opportunities for people outside of the HBCU space to know who we are, what we do, how we started, how we continue, and what we need to advance and move forward, right? We can't get away from telling our story. And when the people that are in the spaces to share our story aren't there, it hurts us because we're missing out on a critical piece of that storytelling opportunity. Argue with your mama.
One of the interviews I did was, I think it was with Pine Bluff's head coach. And he said that last year was the first winning season they have had in like a minute. And he said they were coming off of this academic probation thing to where their cumulative GPA is around 3 point something now. And 70 something percent of the people are moving towards graduation in this program. Like, it's, you tell that story to get people to be more invested in your program, like to not be able to come out and put numbers to paper, like that shit crazy to me.
Marlo, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell a story when you yourself are not invested in it, and that's pretty much where I am with AD Davis.
Hey, can I put this up here, y'all? I'm at the. It's one of my shorts. Hold on. Let me.
Before I get to that, I want to get to Quinn interview, because this falls right in the heels of that. So one of the things that we have harped on, I have made it my personal campaign, right? My personal campaign has been, look, we know as fans what's needed, right? We know we can have direct impact on certain things. We can have direct impact on retention of players through NIL and acquisition of players through NIL. You can donate to Fang Exchange. You can donate to Rattlers in Arms, because they are doing the work. Track, the new track covers for the track. They're doing.
Send the 220 Club $25 too if you don't like the other people. Shit.
We can make direct investments that make direct impacts, right? So that's my thing. Because I know we don't want to say it out loud, but we know that there is a decline. Well, if we decline it over here, what you was giving over there, give it over here. Let's make some impact, right? And one of the things that kind of is in my craw, because we know what's needed and we know that there should be a plan in place. We were told that there was a plan coming, but we haven't seen the plan.
Because it ain't no goddamn plan.
But here's the problem. The problem is that it's now affecting the program. And later in the interview, Coach Quinn Gray said, we're going to make do regardless. But I felt like this was important.
Or what are some of the needs that you have to accomplish a lot of those goals?
Just to be completely transparent, man, we have a lot of the things that we need. We don't have everything we need, but at the end of the day, we've never cried over spilled milk, because we've always needed things and we still were able to accomplish things that we needed to accomplish. But at the end of the day, with the way college football is heading and the ever changing landscape of college football, there's just things that are necessities. You know what I mean? And the building that we're in is over 40 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And with that, you're talking about not continuing to put lipstick on the pig. You know what I mean? So we are in bad need of a field house, and that's just the bottom line. Me being totally transparent, because what's happening is, scheduling and doing things that we need to do, as in lifting weights at a certain time. We got to make concessions because our weight room ain't big enough for our entire team to be in. You know what I mean? So there's different things and concessions that we have to make just because of that fact, right? So for us, just to get some improvements in that area of the field house, some expansion or some rebuilding, when it comes down to it, would be tremendous, right? I see all the things on social media about indoor facility and all that good stuff, and that's great if we can get that. But the real need right now truly is a building that allows us to have meeting rooms and coaches' offices and things of that magnitude, and a training center that allows our guys to rehab the way that they need to and things of that magnitude. And right now we lack that because, the way college football is today, it allows us to have more coaches, more support staff and things like that. And we just don't have the space for the people that we have in our building to house them. You know what I mean? So for us, being able to accomplish that and get that part of it done would be tremendous in moving FAMU football.
Now, first off, again, I'm going to keep doing it. Shout out to Marlo. Marlo put on some work. Marlo got some things out of people that I didn't know were going to come out. So I'm gonna give Marlo credit for that, because if had that interview not happened, I wouldn't have said what I said or ONG. So shout out to Marlo. D-Lo, one thing about it is that I think Coach Gray is one of the most authentic people that we interview. Well, all of them were authentic, don't get me wrong. But from a family perspective, he was very authentic, very forthright about what the need was. We asked, he told us. Transparency. Wow. Look at that. So shout out to Marlo for that, because I didn't expect that.
I mean, but honestly, Troy, I don't think Gray the similarities between Gray and Willie are always gonna be that they said that's an elephant over there in the corner. And I'm from the camp of that's the only way you're gonna ever get anything fixed. If we all continue to pretend that is not an elephant over there in the corner, then nobody is going to address the elephant. But if I say, hey, this thing is broken and I need it fixed, then that starts the conversation, and then I can get to the people and the stakeholders that are like, you're right. I know that need to be fixed. You know that need to be fixed. So let's put our heads together so we can fix this thing that needs to be fixed.
Mm-hmm. I was a freshman in '91, and how the weight room, how the field house was set up, the back part of the field house is where the team came to work out as a team. In '91, we didn't have 110 people on the squad, and this is even with red shirts. Like our team was nowhere near as large as the squads that we have now, and the only thing really that has been renovated were the lockers and like the offices.
I want everybody, and I've said this on my Twitter before, I want everybody to go and look at the weight room for I want to say it's not North Dakota State. Look at Oregon's weight room. They literally took a pole barn, put roll-up doors on it, added an HVAC system, and that is their weight room. That building probably cost them less than $20,000.
They got it out the mud.
No, but I'm talking about Oregon. This is
that's what I'm saying.
But it's not getting it out the no. It's not getting it out the mud, dog. It is a nice building. But I'm saying that to say that you can put together very nice facilities without spending $20 million and being like Cincinnati. Cincinnati got a $40 million state-of-the-art football facility and they don't win shit.
And I want everybody to understand. I'm not trying to burn down the house, right? I'm not running through the house setting fires. Football, more than any other sport, is the front porch to the university. And when your house ain't in order, everybody can see.
Yep.
Everybody can spot it.
Absolutely.
Hey, put this up here, Troy, because
what's that? What's this?
Thank you, Emmett. Be creative. You know what? My whole issue with not just FAMU and with HBCU athletics and leadership in general is they are not scrappy. You have to be scrappy when you don't have a lot of money. Sometimes you don't have money to throw at a problem. You have to
Mm-hmm.
be scrappy and you have to invent. And sometimes you have to invent and motherfucking simplify. That is one of the pillars of what I do for a living. I have to be frugal and I have to invent and simplify processes that are going to allow me to get to where I need to be and be frugal at the same time.
And to be clear, Coach Gray also said in the same interview, he said, "We don't make excuses, because hell, I was an athlete in the same field house,
Yep.
and we got it done." And
Yep.
so he's a realist. Like, he wasn't complaining, saying that we need to just burn the whole thing down. Like, he was just saying what to his vision for moving the program forward. Like, in our field house as it stands, there isn't any room for a visiting team. The visiting team has to go to the Lawson Center.
Hey,
Like,
Lawson Center is state of the art though.
it is,
That's the newest building we have athletic wise.
but you have to
You know
leave
what? That's
the
what you know
stadium.
what though, Marlo. That's what Austin, my boy Austin said he was talking to Shay Ashley about when we came down to FAMU for the game last season, and they had them in the hallway. And Tashay was like, they didn't put y'all in the lawsuit. That y'all didn't change. She said he was like, no, they had us in the hallway. In some things. I'm like, okay, that might be because you can be petty about it because of Jack State versus FAMU. But at the same time, you still want to treat your opponent, as equal.
I mean, give them what is that? The Texas A&M treatment. I think they visiting football locker room is pink. Is
No,
that
that's
Texas?
Iowa.
Who is it? Iowa. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they got a locker room. That motherfucker just ugly.
But logistically, for a team to leave to go over to the Lawson Center and get back is like, that's a hump.
It's if you have never walked from football from Bragg to Lawson, it's a good little hike.
It is a hike. I see it myself.
I mean, you did it when you were there for the SWAC championship. That's a good little hike. Like, and it ain't. It's easy. It'll probably be easy for the football players, but that ain't no easy walk neither. You got a little incline over there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Don, what's this clip?
So this is a clip of what I got from AD Golf with Prairie View, and this is something that I asked him as far as what he wants to see, like, moving Prairie View forward as being one of the premier college football programs in the state of Texas.
Okay.
College football program in the state of Texas, and kind of even to surpass the big boys, Texas A&M and University of Texas.
Well, I think dominating our level, right? Out of all those schools you talked about, we're the only school reaching the national championship, right? So distinguishing ourselves, hard work, man, getting the word out there, man, making sure people know who PV is. Now, we don't have the $100 million that UT has, Texas A&M and those guys, but with the resources we have, the facilities we have at the FCS level, what we're trying to do is be a nationally ranked premier FCS program.
How can PV? And if you look at that man has what AD Golf has, him and Coach Tremaine Jackson, even Coach Byron Smith with the basketball team, with the men's basketball team, they have a vision. This man has a vision that he wants to be able to be at the top of the level of what you see with the likes, like I said, in the state of Texas, the likes of Texas A&M, University of Texas, Texas Tech, Baylor, SMU, UNT. You know what I'm saying? Like, even on a smaller level with the Stephen F. Austin's, the Tarleton States, even Sam Houston, who's FBS, but they are still a smaller FBS school.
Like he's has a vision. Like he knows we ain't got the $100 million athletic facility. We ain't got the $20 million. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got the $20 million weight room.
He also don't have history on his side.
There you go.
At that university.
Facts.
You know, when you think about the history of a school, well, Prairie Views has always been shrouded in lack of graduation rates. You know, you have the party culture that has always been a part of that school. They haven't won anything. So he's fighting history, but I get it. You know what I mean? Because you got to start somewhere.
I mean, you're right, TP, because the that one time that they absolutely started looking bright in terms of football before they got the coach they have now with Willie Simmons, and we stole them to FAMU.
Right.
Before they got Trent Tremaine, that was
because
the last bright year that they had in football.
and that was in football, but think about the entire picture. Was he able to enact long-term change? No. And that's why he left, because he was fighting too many battles just to win football games.
I mean, but he didn't stay, and I didn't pay that much attention to him when he was at Fairview. I think Tremaine is now saying it. Like we we make jokes about it, but when he was on Twitter, pretty much saying, "Hey, are y'all coming to the game? Because we got a good football team, and y'all ain't coming to the game." That doesn't help the AD go and fight for money and fight for sponsorships, and fight for endorsements when because the biggest indicator if a sponsor is gonna get their money back is attendance. And if they're looking at the attendance and y'all ain't coming, they gonna say, "Yeah, coach, I don't see no return on this. I can't help you out with that."
So I do want to make a quick statement.
So winning. Oh, go ahead, Danny. I'll get my 2 cents after.
Just a quick point of storytelling. I think we need to look at Prairie View's graduation rates. Now, keep in mind, like about 10 years ago, it was almost at 70%. It has declined since then, but before then, they did have a high graduation rate. What's good for them is their retention rate. I think their retention rate is probably close.
Are you looking at the school's graduation rate, or are you talking about the players, the amount of student athletes that graduate?
Both.
Because last time I checked, that number was closer to 40%.
That's what I'm saying. 10 years ago, it was around 60 something percent, right? Now it has declined, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
their graduation rate now is around 40%. They have a good retention rate, but they're not graduating players within that. I think they get 5 or 6 years, and it's based off of that time frame. So it's not a 4-year rate,
correct?
Right? They give. I think it's. I want to say it's 6 years. I gotta look it up. I've been out of the NCAA for a little bit, y'all. So bear with me on my.
But I will say that Prairie View has a high graduation rate for graduate programs.
Yes, it does.
Undergrad programs are the ones that are struggling.
Right. I'm speaking to the point of like basically football. That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. That graduation rate is terrible.
As an AD, and again, this goes back to preparation and telling a story and being able to counteract the negative narratives that are going on about your institution and your program. As AD, I'm showing up to media day and saying, yes, we struggle with this, we struggle with that, but as AD, here's my plan for this. I'm aware of it. We're addressing it this way. We would love to get support from whomever, like if you have an academic background and you want to come and volunteer and tutor our players, here's my email address, contact me, let's do this, let's do that. So that goes back to the creativity point. You got to be innovative. If you're lacking resources as AD, how do you bring in those those resources, right? So again, we're missing the mark because we're not telling the story the right way.
And you want results without action.
Yep. You got to
You
work
can't
for it.
you
You
can't you can't
literally
ask
work for
you
it. We cut
you can't ask
players because they're
you
lazy.
it's like me going to my job and saying, I want y'all to pay me and then I'm gonna work my 40 hours.
Right.
It don't work like that. Not in the real world, at least.
It works
Hey,
for some people, but not
Emmett Jones, a lot of that is because a lot of local talent from that area don't go to Valdosta State. So when you look at that Valdosta, Albany, Bainbridge, Thomasville, Cairo area, a lot of that local talent does not go to Valdosta State.
Yeah, they go
And
like
when you
Georgia
they go
and Florida.
Georgia, they go UF, they go Georgia Tech, they go Florida State, they go big. So when you look at that area of football, and I can say that because this is my home area, people attach themselves to schools and not necessarily players. I go to Gascon High School football game every Friday. If they playing, I'm in there. That's because that's where I went to school. But if those guys don't go to FAMU, I never see them again. So when your local talent is not going to Valdosta State, and you have already made yourself a fan of Georgia or Georgia Tech or Alabama, you're not going to a Valdosta State game. You have no reason to. There's nobody that you want to see. You have no connection to that school.
And uh, just to go back to Coach Tremaine, he has done a lot to change the culture over there at PV. Like
Yep.
he has implemented some standards that are getting them closer to being more student athletes than what they were before. So I shout out to him. Like he gave a good interview to explain his process and the things that he's doing over there at the school.
And then you think about it with Prairie View, it like as far as athletic wise, it started with Willie. When Willie came up with actually let me go, let's rephrase, let's go all the way back. It goes back to Dr. Henry Fraser III when he took over the program. And then you had a little lull year. And then when Willie came in, when Willie took over as the head coach, it got way better athletically. He made them competitive athletically in football. Okay, he goes to FAMU. You got Dooley. Dooley took over. He kind of kept that train going. He kind of regressed a little bit, but then also you got to also look at it when Bubba McDowell came in, when he took over the program. Because see, if you think about it, the last four or five coaches that took over Prairie View have been on that staff at Prairie View ever since Henry Fraser III was their head coach.
Maybe
Right?
they need a changeover in the coaching area
Well,
outside of the head coach.
like with Bubba McDowell, because if you think about it, when you talk to Bubba, his demeanor is so laid back. He's more like great uncle to most of us because when you ask him questions, his answers come out as more on a philosophical side of it. Where if you was asking questions to Willie's like, look, we ain't playing no games. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do what we do. Same thing with Dooley. Dooley kind of
So
had that.
so are you saying he too woke?
It was more Bubba was basically trying to make sure that you stay competitive on the field, but also you got to take your ass to class too.
I
That was
think
his whole
we
thing.
gotta bring back you don't pass, you don't play. And what that's gonna do is gonna change the culture. But there will be growing pains because kids are hard headed. And you're gonna have some of your better players that, fail to adhere to that standard. and you're gonna have to discipline them, and you're gonna have to stick to it. It's like when you're raising kids, you can't say something and then go back on it because it's not convenient.
And to EA is all you also have to look at how they allocate funds to schools in Georgia. Um, all I don't know a high school in Georgia, maybe exception of one in this region that don't have damn near P3, P4 level facilities. For some reason, that does not trickle to Valdosta State. I don't know if Valdosta State is private. I really cannot remember. But yeah, that is how they allocate funds. Like they can spend money at will on athletics in Georgia high schools.
And there's a
And
comment.
Stewart, we don't recruit Miami that hard, but Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Atlanta, go look at their roster and look at where all them boys from. We hit Tampa heavy now, thank God. But we recruit if FAMU don't do nothing else, they at least go after the local kids and allow them to say no.
So another thing we need to address, when we talk about recruiting for FAMU, you also have to recruit kids who can get in and do well in the school, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be on the track to be successful. We need to address the fact that the state of Florida, some of our schools are not properly funded. So our students
Hello, somebody.
So there are big time programs who have terrible academics.
Yeah. Because that's not the focus. And they get away with it.
Well, no,
right. But they get
not
away with it until they have to get until UF or UGA or Florida State don't come calling. So when they FAMU, a Jackson State, a PV, or Alcorn come calling, and this is your only option, and now you can't get in, and you looking crazy, or you barely get in, but you can't keep up with the work, and now you out.
EA. So it didn't used to be like that. It didn't used to be like that. To be honest with you.
Hey, EA, them last coaches didn't recruit St. Pete. We have to remember Quinn is from Broward County, so we coming back.
Just know
But
that
like with these advanced analytics, if you're at a high school and you're putting up numbers, they will find you just based on the system. But then if your grades ain't what they want to look at, then you're gonna go to these schools that don't care about grades. But if all schools cared about grades, then that's gonna start trickling down to the high school level where, hey, if you want to go anywhere, you got to make the grade.
I wish people
I agree with you,
because
TP.
you can't transfer. It's like when you continuously skate by the skin of your teeth to transfer, you're never gonna make it. And that's where you see a decline in the graduation rates. Your APR is impacted negatively.
Yep.
But again, we have to have competent and caring people in these positions, right?
Absolutely. Like I said, it starts.
If you don't
with the
care,
head.
if you don't care, and all you're doing is getting there to collect the paycheck and to make sure that your school or your sport doesn't get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
That program is never going to be successful. And so we have to get over like forgetting about success of our student athletes is competency plus care equals success. And when we miss one of those parts, one piece of that formula, we're screwing over the kids who like this may be their only chance to we know most of them are not going to go pro, right? So what are we providing? How
1%, less than 1% of kids that pick up a football helmet make it to the league.
It's
less than 1%.
It's less than 2% of all student athletes in Division 1. So my question for us is, how are we equipping these kids to be successful in life? What are we giving them
I
while
got a
they're
clip.
with us to
I
be
got a clip for it.
successful?
I got a clip for it. Let me run this clip.
As far as being in charge, your head coach, what can you say he's giving you most to bring out the best in you as a player and as a young man?
Well, as a young man, he always preached. And obviously, but last semester I just got my undergraduate degree. I had got it in business. But
Big ups for that.
But that's something that he harps on, because before you're a football player, you're a human.
Yes.
And he always makes sure that you realize that, because I feel like that's something kind of big just with a lot of football players. Anybody that plays sports, you can get in the realm of kind of finding an identity crisis, and now you don't really know who you are. So that's something that he really harps on, building the man up before you building up the football player. And he gonna harp on that education for sure. He don't play. He said, if you ain't gonna do nothing else, you gonna get that degree.
You gonna get your degree.
So, and then as far as a football player, I mean, last year he pushed me, but we had some man-to-man conversations, and he told me what he felt like I needed to work on, and I told him what I wanted him to help me with. And he did nothing less than hold up his end of the bargain. And I do appreciate that, because I wanna be treated like an NFL quarterback. I don't want to be a young kid with training wheels. Like we got to take this game to the next level. I'm not saying that he was doing that, but it comes to a point in your career where you have to realize where you're at and what you want out of this.
Yeah.
Because if you're not telling them what you want, and they're just kind of assuming,
correct,
there's gonna be a miscommunication in some type of way.
Hey, look, whoever said that young man need to just leave him alone, because he got a head on his shoulders.
That young kid is.
Oh, he does.
I was very impressed.
I also want to highlight that the very panel right now started this conversation last December when we had a whole show about allowing kids to be kids outside of being athletes. That is where all of this starts. You have you have kids in college right now that simply don't go to class because they hate their major, but they don't know what else they are good at. So you can get them into that major, get them into those programs, so they want to go to class. They want to do their homework. They are bought into what the professor is talking about, so they're engaged enough to do their homework and understand their shortcomings and go to these study halls, go to these office hours. All of this starts at treating athletes like complete humans who need hobbies, who need to know what they like, so they don't mind and they're not upset when one thing, i.e. sports, don't go their way. I like building computers. I am a computer engineer. If I tear my ACL tomorrow and they say you will never play football again, guess what else I get to do? I get to build computers and work on computers for the rest of my life.
This young man is going to get his master's in business also right now. Like I'm impressed. I was impressed with that young man.
And even with
I'm sorry. I see your comment, EA. Yes, it is. Your budget is what you value, but again, competency and care matter.
Mm-hmm.
So I can hire a very competent person, right? That speaks to me valuing that role. But if that person comes in there, and sometimes you don't know because people lie, right?
Yeah, but that mask eventually falls off.
But that's what I'm getting at, TP. You can only lie for so long. So you could be competent, but when you get in there and after a year we seeing, oh, you really don't give a flying fruit about our kids. So now we have to make another move. I think we're getting into a space now where so many people are caught up in this NIL and pay to play. Well, they not here for school anyway. You don't know that. You know, but again, we got to know our kids. We got to know what they're coming from, what their needs are, so that we can take care of them once they get on campus. You got to understand, well, what is it that you want to do? What's your passion? What do you love doing? You may love designing graphics. You may be a dope videographer on the side and nobody knows that, because all you've known is, hey, I mean, my friend we had this rap group or whatever growing up, and I shot all the videos. Bruh, if you don't get your tail into mass communications,
something,
or you may not
we
be
gotta
able
have a
to play, but you could be our team student manager and break down film for us. Do you know ESPN has a program that you can get into? And once you take this program and you leave with your certificate, you could basically walk into ESPN and other production companies and just get a job. But again, we don't know this stuff because there's not the care portion. So we don't get to know our kids. And when we don't get to know our kids, we don't even know their needs. You got kids that are literally coming into college with learning disabilities.
Yeah.
And they've been stereotyped, right? Or they're stereotyped as a problem child. No, they have a learning problem, right? And they don't have anyone that has cared enough to address that. So now they get into college and they thinking, I ain't ever gonna be nothing. I might as well just play football. And after my eligibility is up, well, I guess I'll just go do this or do that. I don't really know what I want to do because I'm not good at anything. No, baby, you are great at something. And our roles as academic advisors is to take care of that student athlete and find out what they're good at so that we can help them get placed in the right major. But that's the competency plus the care.
I'm gonna tell you about the programs that I see that moving forward will, like they said, the cream rises to the top. The programs that I'm gonna name have leaders that I have seen for the last few years that talking to the student athletes about their coaches tells you more than a little bit. Jackson State, Alabama State, Prairie View. You got FAMU now. Like talking to the kids about their leaders and how their leaders are pouring into them, and the reason why they're able to retain the athletes that they have, it speaks volumes. And you look at the successes of these programs, why the longevity is there. They may have lows, they may have seasons where they don't produce as much, but if you look at the leaders of these programs, you can tell the difference. You really can.
You know what? With just talking to Drew, knowing his people, since he was a freshman at Texas Southern, like I said, I can run down. Like I said, I can run down his numbers. This young man has 14,000 passing yards in the state of Texas, which makes him 5th overall, all time in all classifications, and all-time leaders at passing yards in the state of Texas. Played at a 5A school in Corpus Christi, where he's from. Was 2 games away from going to the state title game in 5A Division I, if I'm not mistaken. He goes to Texas Southern. Nobody knows about him. He balls out in his freshman year, his true freshman year. And with all the injuries that he has accumulated, you haven't heard him say anything bad about, I can't do it no more. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I want to give up. That's something that is not ingrained in him, because it comes from his parents. Shout out to Mama Angie and his dad Rick, because they raised
him, and I think he got his brother. They young, productive men, young men. You know what I'm saying? He just doing it on the athletic, on the athletic side. But also, like he said, he in that classroom. If he going for his masters right now, he doing something.
But
He's
that's what I
doing
was
something.
talking about. The graduate, like people that's going for their graduates, they go get those.
Yeah.
Because once you get to that point, you kind of have an idea of where you want your career to go. And that just tells me that somebody was in his ear or he had that intrinsic motivation to go after something.
Yeah. He said talking with his coaches, talking with his mama and daddy, praying. The young man told me I did a lot of praying. What's the reason why he went back to Alabama State?
Marlo,
But
don't you love?
any other FBS school could have thrown him money.
They did.
They did. They threw him buku amounts
They
of money.
did, trying to get him to go somewhere else.
And he stayed the course. He said, I got, and you know what though, too? He said, in a sense, he got unfinished business to tend to at Alabama State. Because he at the end of the day, he wants to win a SWAC title. He wants to go out there and win a national championship, a conference championship. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy that you're in the same division where you have a Jackson State, a FAMU, even that school in Daytona, who's had, they have improved. But
That school ain't improved shit. Stop lying.
They actually have.
Let me go ahead and we got a couple things. Well, a few more things that we need to get to. Again, giving Marlo credit for like doing interviews and getting stuff out of people. I think one interview he tried to go too far. He said that the interview took place after 12 o'clock, but I'm looking at when the interview took place.
It was after 12.
So I'm gonna run the clip, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Speaking of seasons, we in season 2030, we're gonna have a new deal with the ESPN.
You say in the season of 2030?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not quite sure what you're referencing, but ESPN is one of our corporate partners, our television partners, and we're going to continue to work with ESPN the same way that we're going to continue to work with HBCU Go. Our goal is to have every SWAC game, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, tennis, golf, on some form of national TV. And we're going to continue to work with our TV partners to ensure that we can deliver that promise to our fans so they can see us on all of these platforms.
It was after 12 o'clock, man.
So I'm gonna give both Commissioner credit and Marlo credit. The question was malformed. That's fine. It happens, right? But so we got notice about 30 minutes before 12 that it was going to be a new media rights deal with ESPN.
Oh, he told it to me. He came to me. I asked him a question about SWAC TV, about putting more things on SWAC TV. Never, because I don't never ask that man about media rights deals or nothing like that, because he will.
You don't want to be on the naughty list.
He will pivot and say we ain't into that. But he did break it on there, and then of course with Marlo, he got it out. He got it out of Marlo. I mean, Marlo got it out of him after 12 o'clock. So I mean, we did our job.
And everybody listen. I tweeted it. I think I might have been one of the first people to tweet it out. I tweeted it out as I was eating at 11:59 and 40 seconds, right? But I tweeted it out, and the first thing everybody asks is financial numbers. We don't know. It's gonna take us some time to get to know the numbers. What's important is that this is football and basketball centric. As far as football is concerned, it's only 10 games. That means that we control the bulk of our games on SWAC TV and HBCU Go. Right. Now, they're gonna snatch this. It's the nature of the beast. They're gonna snatch the hot ticket items. I'm still pissed off that UAPB ain't on national TV. I'm sorry, not national TV. Ain't on ESPN.
Ain't on ESPN.
But whatever, it is what it is, right? But we should take away that SWAC TV is doing well enough to where we only got to give them 10 games.
And he said SWAC TV will be airing 50 games this season.
Big them things.
50. And he said there'll be third-party production. So they'll be sending crews out to cover the games.
That means somebody making some money.
And just so y'all know, we probably gonna get to a point where the SWAC gonna say, "Hey, y'all gonna have to pay us to watch this." I'm just fine with that. So don't y'all start complaining when they go, "Hey, y'all, we're gonna have to start charging y'all for this SWAC TV production." Pay the money and shut the fuck up. The money gonna go back to your respective institutions.
Because
that's the kind of media rights deal we need.
They send a crew.
You pay, money goes back to the school.
Exactly. So shut up.
I don't know that. I don't know that to be true.
No, yeah. I'm saying that's how it needs to work. Like,
no. I'm talking. EA posted the question. I just want to make sure.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Don't know that. Now, if it's true, goddamn. But
so I don't know that to be true.
Now, how they gonna distribute 25 mil? Where that coming from?
I don't know. Again,
I don't know either. I can't. We can't say.
So I don't know where that came.
Oh yeah, from. a lot of sports bettors do watch SWAC TV, but again, I said this on this very platform when the SWAC TV announcement rolled out. As SWAC TV grows and those corporate sponsors come in, the onus is on us as fans that we interact with those corporate sponsors and we use those 10% codes and we go to those websites and we give them the clickbait so they keep cutting checks.
Yeah, I agree. And as far as those sports bettors are concerned, I'm gonna say this two ways. If you're betting on SWAC teams and you don't say nothing to nobody, have at it. Enjoy your day. If I see you
leave my kids alone
to anybody, I'm gonna be in your comments.
I said you better not say one sideways ass team to my coach or none of my goddamn players. You mind your motherfucking business, bitch.
Leave my motherfucking kids alone.
Your ass at McDonald's flipping burgers, worrying about a goddamn parlay. Do something. Do better. Anyway.
Hey! Don't hate on the parlays.
Hey, but the only people I'm harassing about parlays are the professionals because you don't have no damn excuse. Your whole job is to shoot a goddamn basketball.
Yeah, get them the fuck out of here. Beasley, guys like that's affecting the game. Like I don't like it when it's people that's affecting the game, betting on the games.
Yeah,
that sounds like insider trading.
It is.
South Florida Rally. So here's this. I don't know nothing about nothing. It's just my belief, right? I feel like SWAC TV was in a proof of concept phase while also doing numbers, if that makes sense, right? So they was doing numbers. It was a proof of concept, and we flopped to the platform. Now they have a proof of concept. They got outside investors investing in the product, investing in the advertising model of the product. So now we got money coming in. We can do some shit. But again, when
last year was absolutely beta test phase.
Yeah.
When those ads show up, y'all absolutely have to buy the product. I ain't saying if they selling Benzes, you got to go buy Benz, but buy a keychain. Let them know that, hey, I saw you on SWAC TV and I bought something.
I'm gonna tell y'all the biggest indicator is what Troy just said. If you go to a site and they say, hey, how did you hear about us? And SWAC TV is an option, that is the option that you pick. Even if you don't buy nothing, but it's saying, how did you find out about us? That is driving traffic to the site. because based on, I think typically if they get 10,000 people to the site, 1,200 of them gonna buy something. That's 1,200 more people than that bought something last month. But they want to know how you got here. So again, if Swag TV is an option, you gonna put Swag TV. Even if it's saying other, type Swag TV in. All of those things help. All of those companies run off of data and data points and clickbait and shit visitors to the site. So all of those things matter. That's how you prove that we generate money and that giving the swag a $40,000, $50,000 check is gonna get them a return on that $40,000 to $50,000 to the point that they up the ante.
So, South Florida Rattler, what's supposed to eat up that dead space that we had last year was that that ad investment deal. That should eat up that dead space. Again, I'm hoping that those ads are more us related, because if they're not us related, then we won't interact. But if they're more us related, we'll interact with it, we'll buy the products, and it'll be a good investment for that investment. And we talked about that earlier. I think earlier this year we talked about that deal. So another thing that came out of media day, we talked about Black college football poll.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna play this clip. This is me on the ONG strike zone. But I'm gonna play this clip because I'm gonna play the clip. Y'all, here you go.
Or it should say it does include the opportunity for the independent schools, Hampton, Howard, North Carolina A&T, to be a part of it. Okay, so as you can see in the rankings there, South Carolina State came in number one with 36 first place votes out of 48 voters. So 48 voters. South Carolina State got 36 first place votes. Prairie View, who came in second, received 2 first place votes. Jackson State, who came in third, received 4 first place votes. And then Alabama State, predicted to finish first in the East, finished fourth with 6 first place votes. And then you will go on down the line. You see Central, North Carolina Central, Dell State, Grambling State, Bethune-Cookman, Texas Southern, and the Rattlers coming at number 10. Unlike Stan's poll that had us 12, the Rattlers did make it into the top 10 on this poll. So, I don't know. Does 10 feel about right? Or as you look at the poll, you're like,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm looking at the top 5, and there's no need to beef with that because you got essentially the best coaches in HBCUs traditionally, right?
Right now,
South Carolina State, Prairie View, Jackson State, Alabama State, Ed Rob, and the man at North Carolina Central.
Oliver.
Yeah, they prove them.
Yeah.
I can see now at this point why Marlo and Doc was looking at me the way they was, because they knew I was about to say some shit.
Y'all been to Celebration Bowl, so
all have been and won with the exception of TJ
Robinson.
Robinson, yeah. Robinson has not been to a championship game.
Right.
Correct. You're right.
But yeah, so you get the top 5. Honestly, from 6 through 10, it's crapshoot, man. You can shake it up and just pull a name out of the hat because it's not much difference between those teams. I don't think at this point starting off in the season, and nobody really knows. So but I do have a question, and I know some of the voters, but my question is, I know you got voters that represent all conferences and everything, but is it media? Is it a combination of medias, SIDs, and coaches? That's what I would like.
Yes, it is made up of media and coaches in this poll.
Okay. No SIDs, no administrators?
I'm not sure about the SIDs.
Okay.
I know that various SIDs help to gather the voters.
Gotcha.
I do know that, I can tell you that with a certainty.
So the only other comment I would make about this is I'm very interested at the end of the year how consistent the voters are. And I'm going to put out one specific scenario that I know is going to cause a lot of heartache. If FAMU, some kind of way, actually runs through and goes undefeated in the SWAC, or finish even 7-1 in the SWAC, and win the out of conference games against Tennessee and South Carolina State, what are voters going to do in this poll? Because they have to consider them. All those games count.
Right. Are they going to view them based on their week by week season, or are they going to, in the back of their minds, almost similar to what FCS voters do with the MEAC and SWAC in those various FCS polls, are they going to penalize based on the fact that, oh, you're not in the playoffs, so why would we rank you? Although, you know, hey, look, the 1 year Jackson State got in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken, right? But man, it took forever to get there, even though that, you know, they were talking a couple years ago.
Yeah. Everybody gonna have their own opinion as to, you know, what they value in terms of, and I just want to see whatever it is. I hope it's consistent. That's all.
So I'm gonna say this, right? If FAMU beats Jackson at Jackson, beat Alabama State in Alabama State, based on this poll,
2 big road wins,
with Grambling being where they are in this poll,
we play
and
everybody
their
but
ability to pick a hole with Jackson State. If FAMU beats the top 2 in the conference, they have to be in the top 2.
And don't forget, South Carolina State very well could be representing the MEAC. So
exactly. And if South Carolina State loses, by the way, I predict they'll leave Miami crying.
Oh.
If FAMU beats South Carolina State because they beat them in Tallahassee, if they beat them, week 3, it's already up. It's a problem on social media. Week 3.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is after an opening season win against Albany State and then a win against South Carolina State, Rattlers are 2-. How far will they move in the poll after week 2?
They should be number 1, and I probably will be kicked off of Twitter.
You might.
Well, about 1.
So
you talk about number 1 in the SWAC polls?
No, number 1 in the Black College Football poll.
I'm gonna be kicked off Twitter too when that happens. Shit, I might as well go ahead and be prepared to talk to me by text message primarily. They might well go ahead and take my shit now.
Hey man, when he said pick a hole, boy, I was in the back. Me and Marco was in the background cracking up, boy. I'm like, hold on now.
Pick a hole.
Listen, okay, so that's just a running joke. I didn't create the joke. I just ran with it, right?
Sorry about that.
But the whole point of this was, and later on, and go to ONG Strike Zone and watch the whole clip. But the whole point of that was that we now have a poll that everybody has agreed on. We also have a mechanism where we also have a play on the field mechanism, right? We now have the possibility of 2 national champions coming out of the same year. And later on, Crook, I might skip forward and play what I said later on, but it was for you, Crook. So you will have a situation to where there will be 2 national champions.
Man, Adam, who the hell is co-pilot and what is he talking about? What's up, Crook?
The 650, man. That's still...
No, I know it is, but what exactly are we talking about here? Because we are talking about on-field football performance. That's what we are talking about.
Not getting it. But
Crook,
you know,
did you get your toaster right here for
Oh hell, you said it before I could.
Hold on, man. We ain't even got to that part yet. We gonna say that. That's the good stuff. We gonna say that. Say that. But we now have a mechanism to where we are back to where the 90s were, where you had people winning in the polls, and we had the possibility of having multiple winners, right? Man, I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna start your comment, Crook, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back.
Say my coach from the city, boy. Hey, Crook, I ain't even finna hold you. I saw that shit and I was like, hey, boy, Dooley would never do it. At least Dooley used to put that shit on for me. They got damn.
Shit, I guess we here then. Crook. Your coach didn't live up to the high standards of Dooley. Dooley is the standard bearer for Southern. And he
ain't even tried.
Because he ain't come over and do
even Pastor Graves was a standard too, because he can't,
Yeah, Graves definitely can't correct.
He can't correct. What? I was like, you know what?
I was like, you know what? And you know what? I said, hey, we've been hounding that man by not wearing nothing Southern. At least he had on the Southern shirt, but everything past that, boy, what is you doing?
He did say he was playing in the Magic City Classic.
Oh shit!
So
multiple times.
Let's go there.
Did I tell you that he also said that Jackson State and Southern is the Soul Bowl? I like, hey yo, come get your coach.
So wait a minute. You know what? So who the hell is the SID at Southern? Because they ain't prepare that man at all. That's their fault.
I don't know. I think it's the big guy that.
Go ahead.
I think it's the big guy that has the book too.
It's Willie Scott.
Yeah, he's the SID. Like you guys to get your coach.
You gotta get your coach together, man. Or who is his football ops? Football ops should have also had a hand in that too.
But he was just, it seemed to me, he was just going off the cuff.
Literally. I'm like, boy, you could have stepped to the side and Googled some shit real quick.
He was just going off the cuff. Somebody told him they was playing, and he figured he was in Magic City. So that's what it had to be.
Right.
Now, to be fair, there was a building that said Magic City. So he could have seen that and thought, well, I'm in Magic City, so we must be playing in the Magic City. So I'm trying to help y'all. Again, you know what? I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna play them games because we didn't play these games before Media Day. I'm not gonna play these games now.
They got something to say.
We questioned whether or not he was going to indoctrinate himself into the history and culture of the school.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Clearly, he did not.
No, he did not. He absolutely didn't. Because I'm pretty sure asking him a question about the history between FAMU and Southern would have went completely left too.
Oh my God.
Look. Let me tell y'all something.
That's the Labor Day Classic, though, ain't it?
No, if you win a national championship and don't do it in postseason play, that shit count. I don't want to hear that shit.
What do you mean when you don't do it in postseason play? How can you win a championship if you don't win a championship?
They did it back in the day with the polls.
Yep.
If you're number one in the poll.
Number one in the poll.
Yeah.
Because that could
but
be a real
don't
thing.
count today, though.
They do not, because everybody, the SIAC, the CIAA, the SWAC, and the MEAC all agree on a poll. At the end of the season, if you have a number one ranking that is different to what happens in the postseason, you have a split poll. It happened in the 90s. It can happen again. Hell, it happened just recently.
I say it happened Willie first year.
Yeah, so.
No, was that the second year? Was it the first? No, it was the first year because we was on the self-imposed the first year. So yeah, it happened the first year. That year we were leaving.
With the number one team, they considered them the champion, even though they didn't.
No, but it also happened. But you think about this, it also happened in 2021 when we lost to South Carolina State, but South Carolina State was 7-5. We played them in the Celebration Bowl. They won, but they split the championship between us, them, and then I think they gave on the lower level. I think they gave it to that year. I don't know if it was Bowie State or Virginia Union. It was one of those schools that
I think it was Bowie State that year.
It was Bowie State that year.
What year was that? We went to the playoffs. We lost in the playoffs. North Carolina A&T beat us, but we had a run in the playoffs, and they gave us the Black National Championship.
That was Willie's first year because we were on self-imposed.
I just gave you the history. It's not the same, Zach.
Wait a minute. Danny said she got something to say. She been trying to say.
Sorry, Dan.
All right. Listen, I'm gonna back up for just a second because this is important. Your football operations person is not the one responsible for giving you information about what the history of something is. That is your communications person. If your communications person ain't giving you a briefing of what you need to know, they not doing their job the right way. They in there collecting a check. Your communications person, when it comes to media day or media anything, you should have at least a one-sheeter explains important talking points, who's gonna be there, what time you show up, what are you in a classic? This is the name of the classic, this is where it's played at, here's the history of your school versus the team you're playing in that classic.
So we got people up there talking that don't even know the history of the school.
Marshall Falk.
They just talking to be talking.
Listen to me. What I'm telling y'all is that is not all his fault.
I addressed that, but I'm like, somebody dropped the ball with telling him.
I'm telling you who dropped the ball.
So did he go up there because they told him last minute he was going to talk?
No,
it's media day. You talking all day.
So then it would. So Marlo, do you agree with this? He should have done the research and learned about his school before going and saying anything.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't just say, "Oh, somebody has to give him information." You gotta want the information.
Oh, and he had since December to.
Let me tell y'all something. Just like I did for y'all. I don't care if you want the information or not. Take this damn packet of information and read it.
He shouldn't be up there talking if he don't want to be up there talking.
But TP, he don't get that option.
My whole point is that there are people in spaces that they know it is their job to do something. Zach, I ain't giving him an excuse.
Right.
He's not an excuse. Right. What I'm telling you is that Marshall Falk should have known the name of these classics. Okay.
There's
no excuse. There's no excuse for that, right?
The Soul Bowl.
Guess what? Before he ever stepped into Birmingham, he should have had a briefing, a conversation with his people now look, Marshall, now you done messed some stuff up. Make sure when you go in here, don't be calling it the Magic City Stripper Bowl, okay? The Soul Plane Bowl, like that's not the name. Let's get the names correct.
The names matter.
I know
names absolutely matter.
And so does preparing your people to have the right conversation.
He has to want to be prepared.
Crook, there is a marketing apparatus that happens around these classic games. You have to market the games. You can't just be like, all I care about is winning. You have to be on social media. Oh, he ain't on that. You have to be.
Blue is diabolical today.
Boy, hey Zach, what are you doing? God damn, Zach. Whoa.
Bruh.
The Florida Classic.
That shit.
Blue is almost today, yo.
He is.
Oh my God.
I mean, I guess I think for me, It's like, think about it this way, TP. What's your biggest rival is Red River, right?
Yeah, that's the Red River Shootout. Well, they call
What
it the
if
Red.
Steve Sarkisian called it something completely different with Oklahoma State?
So they actually changed the name. They made it more woke, which pissed me off. It's not the Red River Shootout anymore. It's the Red River Rivalry.
It's the Red River Shootout till further notice.
It's the shootout
But
to the day I die.
yeah.
To me.
So, but that is Steve. If you're gonna take a job somewhere, right? If you're gonna apply for a job, send your resume in, fill out the application, go through the interview process. The onus is on you to know who you going to work for to a certain extent.
Hey, they would have ran Steve Sarkisian ass out of
And I'm gonna
Austin.
tell y'all like this. This is Sarkisian last year in good favor with me.
But at least he knows what the Red River Shootout is and who is between.
Right, you got to know that one because
FBS
for until last year, we didn't have our rivalry with A&M. That's the battle for Texas. We didn't have that rivalry. You got to know the one rivalry that we have. You got to know the Red River Shootout. That's the biggest game of the season. Even if we don't make it to the playoffs like last year, we ain't make it to the playoffs, but we beat Oklahoma and we beat A&M. So I ain't mad. I was a little upset at the Florida game. Matter of fact, I was extremely pissed off during the Florida game. I'm not gonna lie. I was about to break everything in my fucking office. I was mad as fuck. Like, how do we lose to Florida? Of all the teams in the SEC, we lost to the worst one. That was hard for me. And then that was the game that kept us out of the playoffs. But you have to at least know what games matter. And with like this guy not knowing even the name of the classic, then calling it something outlandish, you made that up. It ain't no bowl called that.
Meanwhile, we've been giving this man hell all summer, and we have been proven to be right.
This dude was the only
sometimes
coach.
remote workers miss out on important information.
This was the only coach that had on some Air Force Ones at Media Day.
The black ones at that.
Black.
I'm going.
No. We're not finna do that, Danny. There was a K&G on the way to Media Day. I know because I thought about bringing me some Stacey Adams.
No, that
we're in the car. We're in the truck. Marlo said, "I ain't paying for that pimp, that damn pimp shit."
Listen here.
Like you want to go buy some 2-hour shoes? Who the hell finna wear 2-hour shoes?
2-hour shoes
to Media Day.
2-hour shoes is crazy.
Why is my 4-year-old at my door telling on my wife? All I hear is daddy. Like, he just kept saying that. So I muted. I talked to him. He said, mommy ate all the pretzels and we picked up the toys and she won't give us no pretzels because she ate them all.
Damn.
He does know that she beat you too, right?
He's very upset about that. He said, so I'm not gonna pick up the toys.
Oh, he protesting.
He protested. Right. But then he said, he did pick them up. But then she ate them all.
Hey, riding in the
he said, I'm finna go tell my daddy on you.
Oh, yeah, he quick to come.
Riding in the truck with these two is fucking comical, y'all. Comical. Oh my God. I was like, you know what? We got to do this more often, though, for real. It is very comical, man.
Hey, you gonna have to bring your ass to the Apalachicola National Forest since Troy want to go deer hunting for his birthday.
You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do it after we beat them for homecoming.
So if you lose, you don't want to come. That's petty.
Right.
Hey,
What kind of shit is that?
No, man. Hold on. Let me get the banner first.
I'll be there.
Damn.
Hey, the rails done fell off this show tonight. We just off.
That shit is funny.
Hey, I got the clip. I got a clip with Coach Thomas when he said right after I finished his interview, he was like, "Man, y'all know y'all robbed us." I was like, "Damn, what we?" He's like, "Y'all know y'all." When we played them in the Soul with Jack State play Alcorn in the Soul Bowl.
Soul Bowl.
So you can tell me Southern
And he clip Marshall fault.
Oh my God. Listen,
Magic City Bowl is crazy.
Got off the rails. But man, listen.
I can't wait for the Magic City Bowl.
Me neither.
I've been waiting a long time.
That's the first game of the season too. For the
I mean, how can you get the first game of the season wrong? Like you've been calling it that all summer.
And they've been pumping it. And they've been pumping it. No. But
the bad part is this probably ain't the first time he done said it wrong and nobody corrected him.
That's the problem.
That's what Danny was talking about.
Danny was saying
that's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like y'all acting like I'm making excuses for this man. There's been nobody with a seat at the table to be like, bruh, like
no, coach, that's not right. That ain't it, coach.
The interview is
that's not right.
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna tell you what Danny did. Danny called us. She called us the day before, and she said she asked us, did we need to give us some debriefs on everybody in the SWAC that gonna be at media day. Danny typed up the whole list.
So you know who the fuck you talking to?
And she emailed it to us, and I was like, you know what? That's what the SID is supposed to. That's how SID is supposed to work.
That's your communications director, like she said.
Absolutely.
That's my whole point, y'all. Is like, yes, a coach has to want to be informed, but at the same time, as a communications person, to me, it don't matter. My job is to equip you and give you what you need before you ever even ask for it.
And at some point, the communication should have said, "Coach, did you read that brief? Coach, did you read that brief? Coach, I need you to sit down and read that brief. Coach, they gonna ask you these questions, and I need you to not look like a fool in front of everybody at media day. So you need to read this brief."
He didn't read nothing.
I sent the brief to Jamal, and I knew he wasn't gonna be there.
And guess what? I read it any goddamn way just in case I needed to send a question in.
That boy thought he was in Texas. He was shooting off the hip. He ain't aim.
He didn't aim. He didn't.
You gotta look down the scope, big dog, before you open your mouth.
It's almost like it was a joke amongst people, and he just like subconsciously, like it just came out. Like he
did it on the big stage though.
I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna move on because we got to get to the closing statements. But I'm gonna say this: we do not want him to look bad in front of a national audience because it does not look good on the SWAC. Right?
No, we don't.
We make these jokes because otherwise, if you sit down and think about this logically, like this motherfucker really did not take us seriously enough to study the history. So we making these jokes so you can so it's palatable. Because otherwise, people should be flipping over tables with the disrespect.
Yeah, that you look like a fool.
That too. That being said, listen, man,
you look like a fool. You look like the village idiot, and they parading you around like a jester
for $4 million.
for $4 million.
That's crazy.
I listen. I do want to thank everybody for supporting Fat Mouth Sports, and we've done a lot. Media Day, I always learn something new, and by learn something new, I go and see what the other platforms are doing and how they're progressing the technology and all this other stuff. We have performed this show for its entirety without a producer or producing on the fly.
The producer might try to muzzle us. That ain't gonna work.
We gonna have a producer that is gonna work with us. We gonna find a producer. We gonna get a producer that'll work with us. Realizing the reason that I played that ONG podcast clip is because it was that moment that I realized that we've come a long way, but we still got work to do. We ain't there yet, right? And so having Dr. Cavill as a virtual mentor, if you will, is helpful for us to get better, up our production value, get us to the next level. So we will be doing more. I don't know how we're going to do the whole producer thing, but we're going to get a producer and we're going to up our game. Another announcement. She Be Hooping is now Jamal's show.
Yeah.
It is his show. It is his baby. And we will make sure that that happens on a regular, consistent basis so that we get that WNBA content and that Black college women's basketball content.
Yep.
So that's part of my dedication. Strike season, me and Marlo still gonna be involved in strike season, but we're going to expand it a little bit, get it a little more focused. And some of the better news, whatever. Some of the better news is going to be coming out in clips. We got a ton of content for Media Day, so I'm going to be more consistent about putting content on all the social platforms, even Instagram. I just have to scroll past the Khalees videos with her cheeks out. But we're gonna get the content out. So again, y'all, tonight we're doing big numbers, 128 in the building. I appreciate it. Every one of the views. Love y'all for being here.
Man, I got my bad. I got HBCU Saturday night coming up this Saturday. New season, new episode. Like I said, I'm giving my take on SWAC Media Day because of my job right now, because I couldn't do it tonight, even though I did leave work early because I'm doggone tired from getting back in. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. These two guys right here have been a godsend for me. They've been a godsend to me, and I thank them for you know what I'm saying, giving me a chance to be a part of you know what I'm saying, an actual family. And you know, because I do everything on my end by myself, like everything. And it's hard, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's hard work, and it's also hard work when you also have an actual job and try to do, you know what I'm saying, try to do all this at the same time. So I give thanks to the man upstairs for putting these two dudes in my life, and I hope it don't change.
Yes, sir.
Danny, what you got for us this week?
Leave Black women the hell alone. Stop messing with us. Is that okay? Can I say that? No, but for real, y'all. I've been in this space for about 20 years now. 26 if you count my years in undergrad and grad school. Working in athletics has been the most rewarding thing I've done in my career. I wouldn't change it. That said, it feels like sometimes we're going backwards, right? Like I've seen comments. I mean, I had someone, I posted a picture of myself with some caption, and someone asked if I was a man. Like, there's this thing where Black women are often like parallel to like a beast or a man. Like we can't just be strong and know what we're doing, right? We got to be some sort of something. Like there's got to be something wrong with us. We're either too strong, we're too weak, we're too emotional, we're unemotional, or there's always something like with our character that causes people to have an issue with where we are in our careers. And again, some of the stuff that I've been through over the last year is utterly ridiculous. But what I can pride myself in is I've never given up on the work, because the work is about the impact that we have on these student athletes. And for this show to talk about real issues, but also talking about real solutions. So I appreciate that. And just know that I know for myself, the stuff that I've been through this year, the stuff that has happened recently is all for a reason. It's all for a purpose. But I would just like admonish folks to just let us be. Let us be great. Our greatness is not dictated by who we in a relationship with. That's nobody's business, right? So we gotta stop. Like when you get mad at a woman not doing what you think she should do, that's not a point for you to get on social media and be a thumb thug. Get them thumbs working. I'm gonna let her have it. Okay. But that happens, and I can speak on it because it's happened to me recently. And fortunately for the people that have tried to do something to me, I'm not as petty as I want to be and as petty as I can be. Y'all should really thank the Lord for that. Because I got a real sharp tongue. And if I let people have what they deserve for trying to do us something, this show would be like, we would just go up in flames. I probably wouldn't be able to get a job anywhere. But let us be great. We can be great without it being us needing or wanting to position ourselves to be with man. That's just not the case. So last thing is, I'm hoping within the next week I can make the announcement that I've been wanting to make for about 2 weeks now, but it's coming. So y'all stay tuned. But that's it. Thanks for following us. Thanks for engaging with us and all the comments, all the love, and the debates and the disagreements. I love that because that's what helps us get to the solutions that we need to make our HBCUs amazing. Peace, y'all. Good night.
Doc, what you got for us this week?
Again, like I said, HBCU Saturday night will be starting our new season. Since it's past media day, and now it's going into business mode as far as when it comes to football. Again, like I said, Me being on this platform with Troy and Marlo have given me some, perspective about how I do my shows now, and thanking them for. I thank them for coming on when it's a Monday night or a Wednesday night, and we talking football, we talking sports, we shooting the shit. Again, like I said, I don't, as a man who got daughters, I don't condone any man try to talk noise, try to talk shit about any woman about the way they dressed or how they do what they do. If you can't do something that what that lady is doing over there, then you don't need to be saying anything at all. You just need to shut the fuck up. Because she been doing it for a minute, and she has grown her platform immensely since, even when we did it together. But I would never, like I said, I'll never disrespect that woman. I'll never disrespect any woman that's doing something that is a predominantly male space. But for somebody to get on Facebook to say what they say and really not, really can't say it in their face, so they hide behind a screen and being the keyboard gangster is trash. You trash, bro. Trash. And also with what I got going on, what's going on, and it's, I think, on my end, it's time to clean house and step aside to know who is there for you and who is only there to use you to make themselves look better, or just be just wrong. So basically, like I said, it's time to, on my end, it's time to clean house. And I'm gonna be honest with you, be real with you. Danny is like Danny is a real good friend, and she family. She family. So I got an issue with that because it just don't sit right with me. It don't sit right with me. So from this day forward, I'm not gonna deal with the bullshit, and I'm not gonna deal with anybody that is predatory like that. So like I said, from now on, it's time to clean house, and it starts now. So if you feel like you got something to say about it, then you call my number, whatever, or you can reach me on whatever social media site. But after tonight, we done. we is done. But other than that, It was like I said, it was great being at media day. It was great being at media day with my big brothers, Troy and Marlo. It was great seeing all the people that we follow in this space that was there yesterday, and hopefully that everybody, like I said, made it home safely and everything, and hopefully we could get some stuff done together because this is not a competition. This ain't a competition. This ain't about who gets more money, this, that, and the third. We do this for the love of our institutions. So um, that's all I got to say about that. And um, Marshall Falk, we about to hang 60 on y'all ass this season.
Lord have mercy. We just can't get right.
Get ready, because I'm probably gonna pick up me some black Air Force Ones and be out there
Jesus.
with the black Air Force One energy. Go Tigers. Be easy.
Lord have mercy.
What you got for us? I had to mute Danny.
Oh, me?
Yeah, what you got for us?
Oh shit, my fault. I mean, this been a light week for me. I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna make it short. I'm pretty much in the same vein as Doc in terms of being on the show with Marlo and Troy. Definitely appreciate y'all. Last year, I think I've been here like a year. I was just a random Twitter person yelling about basketball, mainly women's basketball, into the void until Troy was like, "Hey, want to come on the show?" And I've been here ever since. I guess I hadn't said nothing too while. He hadn't told me not to come back no more. Um, She Be Hooping will be my show. I gotta figure out scheduling. As I've kind of talked candidly on this show, I have transferred to another facility, so I kind of have a different job, and with a different job, your schedule change. So Saturdays are now my Fridays. So now it's just figuring out what that show is going to look like. It is going to go on. It might end up becoming a recorded production, and we just put the shows out as recorded material. You can watch it, interact with it, move forward. Um, I have talked candidly on this show about my mental health for the most part and my struggles. I'm pretty sure a couple of y'all saw my tweet today where I was arguing with my insurance about medication. This show for me has become a safe haven where I get to fully and openly be me. I get to cuss. I get to say what I want to say. I don't have to be professional Maul. I don't have to be Maul with all the answers because I am a subject matter expert for my job. I just get to be me. I just get to be the man that knows basketball and cares about basketball and gets to yell about basketball. So I definitely appreciate y'all for that. Um, Hate I miss football media day, but like I said, I am in the process of moving. But I definitely will be at basketball media day as long as Troy and Marlo gonna be there. If not, Fat Mom Sports will still be in the house by way of me at SWAC Media Basketball Day. Um, and that's really all I gotta say. And to rally what Danny pretty much said, protect black women, even if it's from each other. And that's honestly about it. Take a page out of Marlo's book. Fuck that school in Daytona. Lil Bill can't motherfucking coach, and your number one receiver transfers, so you ain't got shit, bitch. And as always, crash the fuck out when people have you fucked up. I ain't even saying nothing wrong. And you keep your little disclaimer to yourself. Crash the fuck out, people have you fucked up. punch Nazis and fuck Donald Trump. I am Lord Jamal.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh shit.
Marlo, what you got for us this week, man?
You know, I feel Media Day gave me some different kind of energy. Media Day for me was was, you know, it was chill, but it was more so anticipating. Are you going to see the same thing? Are you going to hear the same thing from these coaches? Will the kids come and present themselves in a certain way? And I was pleasantly surprised with the young men that were there. They all were dressed appropriately. Like it wasn't this all presented themselves in a professional manner. They talked as if they were passionate about what they were talking about. And that gave me newfound energy and hope. Like it wasn't just like an athlete who just knew they were getting to the next level, but these were young men presenting themselves as such who football. And I felt the coaches great job in preparing these young men. I said, and I mean it. Like it's good to see that we have some young men that are striving to do things the right way, and that was refreshing. I sat at a table with the players and the coach from that school in Daytona. That's what kind of media day it was. I talk my talk. Like I don't miss
Did you
words.
get a rabies shot before you went?
I sat on the other side of the table.
Did you wear a mask?
It was a 6 foot buffer.
Ah, we good.
Yeah.
No, I have to make sure y'all stay safe.
But just chopping it up with them young kids, I think they listened to the show because even when they were walking in, they like kind of beeline for me. And I was like, hey, what's going on? I feel y'all energy. Unc. I got to get used to getting called that. Even by Andrew called me that. Yeah, I enjoy, hanging out with my bros. I enjoyed media, SWAC Media Day. I enjoyed the whole process, and I am really looking forward to this football season. I do plan on going to a lot of games. So that's my wrap up. I ain't gonna give that my normal thing about that school in Daytona, but y'all know. That's my time. Y'all have a great weekend.
Whew, man, listen. Again,
He did not say run your set because he don't want no kind of problem.
Listen, we joke on here a lot with the rivalries, and that's because we want to embody what the fan bases are. This is a fan oriented platform, but we talk ball on here, and we know ball. We also know, because we have a sports media communications person here, we understand what it looks like to win off the field in media rooms. So for us, it was about making sure these young men look well. We presented them well, and we protected them. Like, I'm going to protect these coaches. Like, damn the jokes about Marshall Faulk. We get to say that about Marshall Faulk. A bitch from the SEC can't say shit, and bet not say shit. I bet not hear nan word from Tone Death Valley. Fake Death Valley bet not say nothing. Them boot skins bet not say motherfucking thing. But amongst us, yeah, we can joke a little bit. We can joke, right? And our jokes are more critiques than they are. I hope you do bad type jokes. It's just critiques, right? We want Marshall Faulk to look well. We want the pick a blue guys to look well. We do.
Mostly.
That's for crook. That's for crook. That's for crook. Like it's a lot of Southern people I like. I've reached out to Southern people and say, hey, when you come in Tallahassee, what you need in the kitchen. So what you just posted on Twitter, we make sure we get that in Tallahassee. So
I mean, I got a couple of them that I owe a drink at a real nice bar, but they gotta cook. So yeah. So, that's where we at with Southern people. You bring food, I will buy expensive liquor. That's where we at.
Oh, love! I want to see y'all band director walk across the field and then walk.
He
back.
ain't doing that shit in Brad. Don't hype that up.
Oh, my bad. All right, so maybe we have to go to Southern to see that. But,
yes.
The platform is about the fans, right? And so we get news, and if it's like pertinent news, if it ain't just salacious, if we get news, we say, hey, this is coming down, the pipe. When I got news about the media deal, like Marlo said, I can't hold a secret. I ain't tell y'all, but I said, hey, breaking news. Said breaking news.
Hold water. Like the dude said, wait till 12.
I didn't say what it was. I just said breaking news. Anyway, but we want to be able to be both your source for visual news and content and humor. Because I'll be honest with y'all, the last 3 years, I've been through some shit. And today was supposed to close a chapter in one of them things. And I don't know how I feel. I don't like today. I just don't know how I feel. Like I'm supposed to feel a certain type. I just don't know how I feel. Then my mama passed in November. And now, I went through a whole lawsuit about her passing. That's finally done. And I can breathe, but part of me kind of got survivor's remorse. Like the blessings that I'm getting are also weighed by the losses that I've taken. So this platform here, much like Lord Jamal said, is therapeutic, right? Because I was raised on laughter and love. Like in the White household, it was love because White Harris household, it was love because there was laughter, food, and love. So as long as y'all come to this platform, it's going to be laughter. If you catch me at the tailgate, it's going to be food. And no matter what, even if you block me on Twitter, even if you don't really rock with me in person, it's going to always be love. Hey, man, thank y'all for coming out. We had 158 in the building. Appreciate y'all.
Oh,
for everybody here at Fat Mouth Sports, HBCU Overdrive, Dot Holiday, Danny, Marlo, Lord Jamal, TP had to leave early because the kids don't play. Man, we out. Y'all have a good one.
See y'all next week.
Yes, sir.